In this problem, we need to solve for x, and we have the square root of 3 times x minus 3 is equal to 3x minus the square root of 3. So first, we can get all of the x's on one side of the equation, and usually it's easiest to put them on the side of the equation with more x's. Since 3 is greater than the square root of 3, we'll move all the x's to the right side of the equation. So subtracting the square root of 3 times x on each side, we then have minus 3 is equal to 3x minus the square root of 3x minus root 3. And now we want to get just the x's on the right side, so we'll add the square root of 3 to each side of the equation. And now we have root 3 minus 3 is equal to 3x minus the square root of 3 times x. And from here on the right-hand side, notice that each of these terms have an x, which we can then factor out. So the right-hand side becomes equal to x multiplied by 3 minus the square root of 3. And the right-hand side stays the same. And we can divide each side of the equation by this 3 minus the square root of 3, so that we just get x by itself. So this and this would cancel out. So now we know that x is equal to square root of 3 minus 3 over 3 minus root 3. And notice that these are very similar. In fact, if we just factor out a negative 1 from the top or the bottom, they would be equal. So let's do that. We'll factor out a negative 1. So that we'd have minus root 3 plus 3, or if I write it in the reverse order as 3 minus root 3. And divide it by 3 minus root 3. So now the numerator and denominator essentially cancel out except for this negative 1. So we know that x is equal to minus 1. So minus 1 is the final answer.